And just as a preface to this video, this isn't actually part of the regular video, but I want to have you guys start the discussion now in case you click off before the outro. I want to hear your guys' opinions on events, what events you guys think should be added to the game, what advertising DECA should do, and what things DECA should change related to their current system as far as keys and dungeons. I just want to hear your thoughts for changes and stuff beforehand and after the video, what you think overall, because there's a lot I discuss in this video, and I just wanted to start the discussion now before I get into it. So I've already wasted enough time. Keep watching. Pretty interesting topics. Not too organized, but cool video. Thank you. Hello, what's up guys, it's TS Page, and I wanted to talk today about some of the things that have been on my mind related to just overall DECA, things they're doing, things that they're not doing. Fuck off. Okay, that's a way to start a video, dude. What a dick move. Dude, I'm mad. Okay, I guess I gotta watch out for that now. So, yeah, actually, that was gonna be one of the things I talked about it. So, with keys and opening and stuff like that, I think that a key should have a portal should have a 1-tile radius where another dungeon or key cannot be opened in that radius. So, my meaning behind that is, say, how he popped that haunted cemetery right now. No, I can use this portal as an example. If I'm on this tile right here, or these 4 tiles right here, another key should not be able to be popped on the tiles that this portal exists on. And so, this would prevent people from being over here, or from people standing like right here, and being prioritized to a different place. And God, that would just be such a nice thing to have. It would prevent a lot of the unnecessary bad pops that there are, and it may be kind of hard to program, but you know, it would save a lot of people a lot of pain and possibly even money and definitely time. So just a thought. Another thing I want to talk about for DECA is the fact that they haven't really done any advertising. So for Month of the Mad God, they really don't need to until they get better servers. But in general, if they really want to get a bigger player base, which they're not really looking like they're striving to do right now, they want to get a bigger player base outside of the already kind of devoted community they have right now. They need to go to other YouTubers or emerging YouTubers who are still relatively cheap but could become big in the future. And when I say cheap, I say they will advertise the game and not cost a fortune, because like obviously if Realm was to try and get played by someone like PewDiePie, they'd probably have to fork up millions of dollars. Maybe not millions, but lots, not millions. Like $10,000 minimum. Probably more, no, dude, probably like 50 grand for PewDiePie to play the game. And even for someone like Markiplier or someone who already plays the game, and Markiplier's played the game once and he didn't know what he was doing, and so it actually didn't do that great for helping the community grow. It did for a little bit. There's a little spike, but it didn't do much because he didn't come back to the game. But yeah, so going out to other YouTubers and finding a way to advertise the game to people who have never seen the game and just get the name out there to more people will be a great way of doing this. One possible prospect, which would possibly be hard to pull in just because of his ground of not playing many other games, but possibly doing it, is Anomaly. Anomaly is a YouTuber who does Counter-Strike content. A lot of you know him. and if you don't know who he is, you've probably heard him or seen him, because he's extremely funny, and it would be a great content creator to help back the game. Now, part of the reason I think that the overall... sorry, let me recollect myself here. Part of the reason I don't think that... part of the reason I don't think DECA is doing anything big as far as advertising right now is they may be waiting for their port to Unity to finish, and once they do that, they may be able to have more optimized servers and more people for a player base of people who watch the YouTube channel. Because in all honesty, I would like to see more people, but to be fair, we might not be, DECA's servers may not be able to handle it. Now, I'm pretty sure DECA rents their servers from Amazon, so it's Amazon or Google. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. They rent their servers out and pay blank amount of dollars every month to run the servers, and DECA probably makes more than what they pay. And they could all obviously upgrade servers, which would take a little bit of downtime after they port to Unity, because if there was a surge of players, like there is for Month of the Mad God right now, but just a consistent new surge, it would make the game a lot harder to run for a lot of people. So if they are waiting to advertise, and they're waiting for their port to Unity and possibly investment in better servers, then by all means they're making a great decision. But the fact that I haven't seen any attempts in the past, since they've really started, they haven't really made an attempt to boost their player base, at least through a good, effective marketing strategy. So yeah, that's just kind of quick thoughts. I was just kind of thinking about it, and I think it would be good for them to do. I don't know. They need to find a way to get more player base on the regular, not what is it? That's not just here for Month of the Mad God, and also is not keen on hacking, because the hacking player base is pretty rampant as far as the current game, and new players won't be as inclined to hack, at least for a while. So yeah, I think that DECA has done a good job overall, but another thing I want to touch on as far as them doing a good job is chest events. Dude, those things are so overkilled right now. Like, they need to make them more of a prestigious thing. Maybe once a weekend, but there should not be a chest event at pretty much all times, because it just devalues them. I mean, I know it's a way for them to make money in guilds who run dungeon all the time, but when you take away the prestige out of it, it kind of gets old. And even running these now, I would much rather do Lost Halls than Haunted Cemeteries, but I want to get some of the items just because, items are cool sometimes. But yeah, it's kind of a tough situation, because I would much rather be doing other things with my game time rather than just grinding a dungeon over and over again for a little reward, outside of the occasional luck, which is how the whole game goes, honestly. But just the overall, not any diversification, overall running, and it devalues the realm itself. The whole realm is devalued because of how many keys are being popped. You see all these full US servers, and it's wow, there's all these people online. It's not because they're going into the realm and fighting all the one new event, or the two new events. I think there's only just one Month of the Mad God event going on right now. It's because they're just doing the keys and getting a bunch of loot and getting stacked on items they couldn't get before. So, tons of people have gotten Rezus, tons of people have gotten Plague from this, and so, yeah, I don't know. I feel like they need to come up with something new. I'm going to talk about an idea I've had for a little while that I don't know if it will be widely accepted, but I think it would be a good idea. Orcs 3, a lot of people have talked about it and touched on the subject, but it's never really been a real thing. But I have an idea for it, and it would make another use for either fame or gold, or at least an incentive to go into the realm. It may not be fame based because that might just be a little too absurd. But what it is, there's a bar in the middle of the realm that oh, hey there, bud, you're good. But there's a bar in the middle of the nexus, and it's kind of like the HP bar, but a lot bigger. Yeah, a lot bigger, probably like just skinny still, but a lot bigger and easy to see. And it's enemies killed, or gods killed. So like for godlands, you'd farm the godlands, and then once the number or the bar filled up, then you'd be called to Nexus. Not necessarily called, but there'd be a server-wide announcement like Orcs 3 saying, both these peasants have failed me or something, blah 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 silly. My copies were not enough, and the void has been slain or something like that, and make his true like final stand. And this would be a thing where players for 5 minutes could join a waiting area, and after the end of the 5 minutes, they'd be transferred into the boss fight. And it would be a very big boss fight that would require coordination. It wouldn't necessarily have to be a raid, and it would not HP scale, because the whole point of it would be to get a big group to do it. It would require pretty much every class to do it. I've seen the Orcs 3 blueprints right now. They look alright. There's certain things I don't like the immunities for. I think certain phases should have certain immunities, and I feel like there should be a room leading up to it, like where you have to do a check for all the abilities or something like that. I think that just a possibility or thought, but yeah, I think it would be cool to have a final boss outside of the void, because the void, it's like the game is Realm of the Mad God. Why is the Mad God not the final boss? Or at least the hardest boss? And I just think there's a lot of stuff that could be done to make a non-HP scale dungeon that's extremely hard and requires a big group. I don't know. I think it's a really cool idea. They may be waiting to do it, waiting to implement it, which I'd be absolutely fine with. I just really like the idea of an Orcs 3 that drops possibly even a new UT set. It's one of the things that has confused me for a long time. Like, the final boss of the game, quote unquote, doesn't drop a UT. Like, it's always kind of bamboozled me. It doesn't really bother me, but it just kind of confuses me. Like, he's a final boss and he doesn't have a set. Like, they even talk about, I mean, he has the ST set, yeah, but it even talks about in the game's lore, like, Malphus built the set specifically for Orcs, and what do we get? We just get reskinned tops. You're telling me that Orcs and Mad God is no greater than just an ordinary knight? I don't know. It just seemed kind of off to me, but, you know, just my opinion and thought. Food for thought. Also, other ideas for events I think are potentially a really cool idea. Obviously, the one that they're doing right now, not right now, but in a few days, the double drop rate for event whites, I think that's a great one. That encourages players to go into the realm, clear the realm, do events, play the real game. I'm not saying that keys and stuff aren't the real game. I'm just saying at the extent they are played right now, keys are extremely overplayed, and they're not what Realm really is. It's not a free roaming game. It's just a more linear game when it's only keys. And that kind of goes for Lost Halls as well. It takes away from the actual Realm playing. But, you know, it's really good loot, and it's team-oriented, which I think is really cool. They needed a team-oriented dungeon, which they don't really have anymore, considering even the Hive is now soloable. And for the regular people, you can't really do a small void unless you're with, like, Black Bullet or something and got really, really skilled and coordinated people. And even then, it's sketchy to do, like, less than 5 people void runs because it's extremely hard. But yeah, Hive is one of those dungeons that I think is cool. That does an HP scale. I like the fact that it does an HP scale. I don't think it needs to. I think you should be required to get a group, but it's not really a raid dungeon that requires teamwork. It's just kind of a mob group kind of thing, and you just, yeah, move along with it. I don't know. So yeah, events, ideas. The double drop rate for the jug, the Ogma and stuff like that, that's going to be really cool. You're going to see a lot more of those popping up here and there because people are going to hardcore be trying to pump them out. So that'll be really cool. I'm going to be, dear God, I'm going to be trying hard to get one of them, especially a quat. I want to get a quat really bad. I don't know why I do. I just feel like quat is just one of the coolest items in the game, just design-wise and overall. It's just such a cool item that I really want. So yeah, quat. I'll be grinding that out hardcore. Unfortunately, school starts literally the day that that event starts, but God, dude, you best believe I'm going to be home that whole week after school and just grinding it and recording and grinding and recording, trying to get that live reaction, you know? Even though there's probably going to be a lot of them, it's still going to be like, I really want a good event light. The only one I've gotten is a conflict, as some of you may have seen earlier, but I feel like I can do better than that, and that there's better event lights, and that, I don't know. I like the events that they're doing now, and I think they should add more variants to events rather than the only real thing they do is just chest events, which is just making money. Get tired when I talk, kind of, you know? Yeah. But the whole chest event, I mean, good in moderation. Just like drinking water, dude. Drinking water is a great parallel to freaking chest events, dude. Like, a lot of them, drinking lots of water, pretty good for you. And lots of chest events, that's okay. But if you have too many of something, water in this case, or chest events, you're just going to drown them out and make them irrelevant and make you not want to have them anymore. And then when people don't want them, they won't have them, and when you give it to us, we won't want to do them. Not a great analogy, but this is not scripted, and it's just my raw random thoughts. Nice, I got another mark. That's really what I wanted. But yeah, basically they've just drowned us with too much, and it makes it less fun for everyone. Yeah, I think they need to take a chill pill with the chest events and add some more variation. So, ooh, epic mystery, rare mystery skin. That's cool. Let's see. Life. Dude, sick. That's a great bag. Okay. Do it. Do it. Let's see what I got. Ooh, Loki. I like Loki. I don't really have a lot of good trickster skins, so. I already explained the first one, the Orcs idea. Another thing I was thinking about, but would be kind of hard to pull off, would be guild events. Guild events would be something along the lines of guilds would compete against each other in either dungeon races or 1 hour, 2 hour events on every certain amount of time, and they would race to see how many completions they could get of a certain dungeon, or have something more guild oriented, because right now guilds don't do much. I mean, cool, you're in a group of people and you can get a new guild hall and pop keys together, but I mean, guilds don't do that much. Revenge of the Fallen has the thing where guilds actually like give like extra luck or whatever. Not that I'm saying this game needs to be more like ROTF. I'm saying they should be different, but I think they should be equally creative in the way they approach things, because Revenge of the Fallen has a lot of cool things Realm doesn't have, because it's basically just a port of Realm that has a bunch of stuff added. But I think there are some things. Realm ready. Yeah. I think that Revenge of the Fallen has some good ideas that regular production servers could take use and effectively capitalize on. So yeah, the event that I was just talking about, that I just completely cut off my own line of thought. Guild-oriented events, they had these a while ago, a long time ago actually, really. And essentially what it was I wanted to see these make a return, and basically, yeah, the challenges awarded players and guilds medals and made a very prestigious item out of them, and they need to find a way to scale it to where small guilds and big guilds could both figure out a way to accomplish it. But having something guild-oriented could be pretty cool. So, yeah. Guild-oriented events, I think that would be pretty cool. Another idea I have is community events, where the community comes together and does a group opening or something like that. And there's coordinated things where there's certain like scavenger hunts in Nexus. There's the maze again, where everyone who completes the maze gets a certain item. It can be a really hard maze, or it can be a really easy maze, either way. Like the Halloween maze used to give out the free candies to the first person to complete it, and I thought that was a really neat idea, and I wished it was implemented and used better, because it was like only, 16 people or so got that candy because of completing the maze, which was not an easy maze. I mean, getting those candies back in the Halloween event for completing that maze seemed pretty fair. It took me like an hour to complete that thing, and God, I was so tired. But oh yeah, I remember I also cursed out Callie during that. So yeah, I thought it was a wannabe Callie, and then a guy in the guild told me it was the real, legit Callie, and I was like, oh, shit. So yeah, that's quick encounter with him. But the community event, something like that, where everyone can participate without having to spend money, just have fun, do something funny, cool in the Nexus. I don't know, very broad topic, but the old things that Silex would do were absolutely hilarious and great for the community. Interacting with admins and interacting with people like that is always a pleasure, or at least not always, but for the most part it's a pleasure. You get to talk to them, you get to see how they react, you get to I don't know, it's so funny. I remember being with Silex whenever he was the giant, massive freaking ninja, just walking around. How much do these things do? 190? Oh, I could chill that whole thing, dude. Yeah, so let's see here. Yeah, but the community events, stuff like that, where admins come in, they pop stuff, or even like they have contests for individuals, like who can survive. Ooh, solstice. They have events where people can compete against each other. Survival challenges like the one they did with GHZD was kind of cool. I don't know. There's a lot of things they could do, but I think they could have more diversity in the things they do, as far as events and stuff like that. But overall, I think they've done a pretty good job. So I'm not gonna complain too much so far with what they have done. But I am going to criticize them on the fact that they haven't done more. If they don't do more here in the upcoming future with RotMG on its way, I will be slightly, not, what's the right word? I will be kind of like disappointed if they don't do more after a month of the Mad God to improve their game, because there's a lot of cool ideas out there that they haven't really capitalized on that I really, 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 really think could improve the game. Small changes even. Just something where they work together with the community, take suggestions. Just, there's so many things they could do that people would enjoy, that I hope they take into consideration. Now, this could have just been a complete ramble and waste of time that no one will get anything from. And you know what? That's completely fine. It's fine. But I hope someone got some ideas. I want to hear what you have. My event ideas, I think, could be a lot better. I want to hear what you guys think as far as what should be some events. What are some good ideas for events and stuff that would be cool? I gave few ideas. I think there's better ideas out there than what I said, but I think I gave some good food for thought and some ideas for a conversation. I think that, oh my gosh. This is insane. What a turd, dude. What a turd. I'm gonna make it, dude. Fucking God tier rush, dude. Give me that. Yeet! I made it, lol. Trickster's got it, that OP jump on that one. But, yeah. So yeah, let me know what you think, guys. I want to hear your opinions, your thoughts, anything, dudes. If you liked this style of video, let me know. Leave a like. If you didn't, tell me why, and I'll try and not do it or fix it. Yeah. Thanks for watching, I guess, and I'll see you in the next video, which will hopefully be